Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome to Final Fantasy Randomizer's inaugural. Let's say that word correctly. Winter tournament race, the Great Chaos Caper. My name is Sofnum. I am joined in the booth by Sunflash Rune. How are you doing today, Sunflash?
I'm cold, like it sounds a good portion of people are, but otherwise I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, and so we'll get into the flags and everything kind of as we go along. But we see on our screen here we have a fighter none start to the winter tournament. So the winter tournament, the first two slots are locked. They can be, the first one has to be a melee, and the second one can be anything, including a none. The third one is always none, and the fourth one you get to choose from the three different colors of mages, and we see all of those choices on screen. So we see a white mage, a red mage, black mage, and that's kind of great for us.
We like, based on the, I'm going to die on, hang on.
No worries. So based on the blessings here, the fighter gets resist earth, fire, and ice. The thief, which we don't have yet, gets dual wielding knives, which is kind of a newer blessing that we have set up.
I'd heard talk about it, but I hadn't realized they actually pushed it into the tournament.
Yeah. So we have
clever.
dual wielding knives, which means that if you're holding two knives in your inventory, I believe it gives you an extra hit.
That's cool.
Yeah. The red mage gets plus 10 NDEF. The white mage uselessly gets fighter swords, which, I mean, I guess it could come up, but typically it doesn't.
Usually.
And then the black mage gets 20 NDEF, so that's really good.
Wow.
So we will see how we start out. This is a shard hunt flag, so we are looking for, I believe, 24 shards.
So, spoilers for chat. I have played exactly 0 of the Winter Tournament flag set because I'm a terrible racer and didn't want to get beat again. So I took this particular tournament off, let someone else prop up the bottom of the barrel here. And so I'm going into it as blind as maybe a few other people are. Looks like they're going to be going off in about 30 seconds or so, according to the timer.
Yes, and that will be great. And it is 24, I did check. So.
Okay.
So, we do see on Shoom screen, the general makeup that I've seen from high-level runners is Fighter, Thief, White, Black, as sort of like our intended party, but we'll see how it comes. The recruitment is on, so we can go out and at the various clinics, you will find a random type that is not the black belt, recruitable, I believe not the black belt, and you will be able to recruit them. Yes, recruitable except black belt.
Okay.
And we have a fighter hireable there, and
looks like Black Magic has lit 2 as a really only thing. We do have Invis 2 at White Magic as well, so okay.
Yep. Invis 2, kind of a nice spell for later in the game. Not really our favorite thing to see opening, but it's fine. This will be fine.
I mean, it's mostly fine because the only other thing it shares a slot with is Fog 2. And,
yep.
You know.
So we'll get 7-8 casts of that, and it'll be great.
I feel like the only person who really puts any stock in Fog 2 these days, but, you know, I always hold out hope that one day I'll see someone do it well.
Fog 2, I mean, if you've got an extra cast, I think it's just kind of fight time, really, that prevents people from using it. It is useful.
It really shines on the harder boss scalings.
Yep. And our boss scaling is turned up in this flag. We have the boss scaling set at 150. So we do see some bosses a little bit harder than normal. That'll come up. But so far, we kind of see our runners kind of doing the standard thing of checking Topher, getting their magic, finding what we need to find here.
So, you've done a bit more. Wait, we got a canoe from the king. I'm going to interrupt myself. And then a canal.
From the princess.
Small boat and a thing for the big boat.
Yep. So, absolutely no progression. We'll probably be heading to Provoca.
Get your hiking boots on, kids. We're going for a walk.
Yep.
What I was going to say is, like I mentioned earlier, I haven't played anything of this flag set. The chat room before we got started was bemoaning, was in dread of a black belt seed. So I wasn't sure if that was just trash talk or if that was indicating something uncomfortable with the trap tiles we have here.
It's so it's just really hard to start out when your melee is the black belt.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean that's really kind of what it ends up being, and a lot of times you'll see in that opening screen, and I'm sure we'll see it sometime in this tournament, is a black belt and white mage or something akin to that kind of makeup. And the white mage has a decent amount of utility in these flags. We do have the increased harm turned up. I also believe that. Oh no, but we do have increased harm kind of turned up here for the white mages, so they can also provide a sweeper.
I saw a peek of some of the magic as we're seeing on Shanigan's side. Cure 4 and Wall are the only thing to speak of on white. And then black had...
Temper.
Yep.
Pretty much temper.
Lock 2's in there, but it's shared, it's whenever you're sharing a slot with Temper, it's hard to compete.
Yep. Temper, of course, being an almost essential endgame spell. Increasing the damage that your weapons are going to do here. Jesus heading back and buying one of these silver swords for the fighter, presumably. And grabbing a saber for our red mage friend. Nothing to speak of in sale in the Provoca shop.
We had a crown from Vicky. My brain is telling me you probably said this, but I can't pull it out. What's our loose items looking like?
So we have no loose.
No loose, okay.
So you get the main quest NPCs, the main quest areas, and then most of the other key items are locked deep in dungeons. And so what that means is that for Earth Cave, it's always going to be post Rod.
Right.
We have prisoned mermaids on. Okay. So it's going to be locked in Sea Shrine somewhere, either Mermaid Floor or TFC. And so on and so on. So you have to get kind of deep in dungeons to find the items. And there's a crystal for sale for almost 40,000.
And
which is pretty high.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Particularly, I say this early in the game, but finding it this soon. There's a rod.
Yep.
Hang on, where's my... Oh, wait, randomized? Yes, okay, hang on, rod. Okay, yeah, that works. That's not a canoe. Almost the same, right?
Yeah.
I got derailed. What I was trying to say is Shimbabi's the only one that's gone straight to Crescent on the walk and canoe route. Everyone else went back towards chasing down the crown and
yeah. I mean, I think
I
think in this specific case, it'll probably pay off for Shun, because if we find the boat, the rod is going to be a great find. It's a key item, because the key item in Earth is behind the rod, whereas the crown turned into the slab.
Okay.
Burning off some encounters here. Shum, I don't know if he's counting or if he knows the table already. It looks like there's a cluster of 3 encounters right off the first one. Ooh, and it looks like Elfland has a white mage, and Shanigan goes ahead and picks up the white mage.
good choice. And you don't already have one. So, Simpyro, one of our trackers in chat here, throwing out that Marsh and Ice are not incentivized either. So...
Right. We probably won't see people going to Marsh or Ice. You can go there for shards and equipment.
That basically means your progression with this setup has to be in Volcano, right? Am I missing something?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Shumbabi's not punished.
Nope.
I don't think the others are really... Like, they're behind, but they're not that far behind yet.
Nah. It'll work itself out. It kind of depends on what the slab turns into, honestly. But...
Like, it has to be ship or floater here, right? So...
It has to be ship.
Has to be ship? Okay.
Because we have airboat on?
Excuse me. Gotcha.
So it's basically going to end up having to be the ship.
Gotcha.
Or something that turns into the ship, right? It could be the adamant or the TNT.
Correct.
Or the key. But something has to turn into ship here pretty quick. So, Shum exiting out after raiding the armory here. In Volcano, deep means just past this room, basically. These two rooms here that don't have anything in them.
Right.
So it's usually on the next floor here for Shum. Sometimes it's the carries floor, but there's only one box there.
I guess technically there's two, but it's linked to one of these up here, so...
Yeah.
I saw a few... Okay, wow. Katana +5. Alright, cool.
Yep. So it is worth noting that the Blursing is going to be between +4 and +5 in the seed.
Okay.
Almost everything is going to have a +4, or not almost. Everything will have a +4 or +5.
Right.
So that's... But it is nice to see the Katana, especially if we can find where that thief is recruitable. It'll turn out really, really nice.
It definitely gives you a... Okay, so I was going to ask, before we found the Katana, are all the shards the only thing in the locked chests, or do we have rare items in there as well?
So it's shards and key items.
Shards and key items, okay.
So your shards and key items will be locked behind...
Easy seed! Okay, I need it on record. Shumbabi's the one who rolled this seed. Okay, so, it's entirely his own fault. And boy, has he benefiting from it right this moment. Holy cow.
Shanigan having some bird luck here. Lit 2 taking care of it, but 1 hit point on that black mage is kind of special.
Yes, Azure, the randomizer devs have done a lot of work to, I will say, minimize, if not outright eliminate, the soft locks that could happen from randomized items. So it's very difficult to end up in a position that you're locked in.
Pretty much if we find a soft lock, it is a bug. We don't know of any soft locks that exist right now. So,
yep.
If there's a soft lock, it means that we found a new bug, which is always fun.
And somewhere, a dev drops a coffee cup. Adamant. Okay, so that's going to lead to either TNT and then the ship, or just the ship.
Yeah, it could be lazy dwarves. Could be the key, because Corneria is going to have something, but...
Oh, yeah, okay. That's fair.
But who knows?
Madness, Jay, that's what's
going to walk out. This is something you'll see. We probably can't beat carry at the levels we're at right now, so...
Right.
And we don't have any exit magic, unfortunately. Teleportation magic is kind of king in this flag set, because you end up going into a lot of places that you don't want to finish.
Right, you don't have to kill the fiends with Shard Hunt, so
Yep.
You're just like, if I got my items, then who cares that the evil, dragon, lizard, multi-armed menace is still alive. It's not my problem. I'm gonna go kill their boss.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see them again. We're going to see them in Topher.
Mhm.
So we're not going to miss them. But we just may not see many of them while we go. Now, I would expect... My cat just knocked over a box.
Good
I
cat.
understand that's the thing cats do, but I was not expecting it. So, it is worth noting that the bosses are worth shards. So, Lich and Carrier are worth 2, and Kraken and Tiamat are worth 4 each. Definitely Kraken and Tiamat, the way to go there. But we'll see. And we're still not quite at the 40,000 we need to buy the crystal yet, even though we've gained a ton of stuff. Gonna sell that Bane sword. Yeah, gonna sell the katana. I don't know if we're quite there. I didn't quite see. I think it's 39.
Oof. Little short.
Maybe sell that dragon armor. It's gonna be painful, but
I hate that. Ugh, my heart.
Oh,
Okay.
we're just gonna sell the coach here.
All right, I'll accept that.
Yeah, sell the masa.
I mean, selling them also just gets you the win on general principle, right? Like, community vote says, nope, you automatically win.
Yep.
Masa was in one of the deeper volcano chests, Solar. Everyone's gonna run into it. Everyone's gonna come out of here with a Katana 5 and the Masa, whatever that is.
Pretty sure it was a 4, but yeah.
It's the same room Shannigan's in, so.
Yep. I mean, everybody's going to run across it. It's not going to be a big difference maker here.
Yeah.
And now we go back to dwarfs. Da-da-da-da-da.
The long way, because we first have to check everything else along the way. So, Sofnum, I haven't looked it all up. What's the schedule looking like for this tournament? How many more qualifiers we got left to go before the real deal starts?
Ooh, that would be a question that I'm not super prepared to answer right now. But
put me on the spot! Come on now. It's okay. I was asking you because I realized I never actually looked it up myself, so, yeah.
So we have qualifiers 3 times a week. This one is going to be Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Number 2 is going to be Tuesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And number 3 is going to be Thursdays, 7 p.m. at Eastern Standard Time. And those will run until January 24th. So we got 3 weeks of brackets, I believe is what that makes. Or 3 weeks of qualifiers, rather. There is also a weekly async option. So if you can't make any of those times and you still want to participate, you can run a weekly async that opened this morning and it closes Thursdays at 10. So definitely time for everybody to get involved. Oh, look,
it's
there's
a herb.
an option I didn't remember. It's the herb.
Keep those hiking boots on, kids.
Yep, back and forth across the inner sea here.
That's good.
Oh, and then we will reveal the brackets the Friday after the last Thursday qualifier, and then brackets will start. Brackets are going to be best 2 out of 3, and we're going to run a full bracket. So I believe everybody who qualifies, and qualifying is running in 3 qualifiers and finishing. So DNFs don't actually count. As far as qualifying goes, you actually have to finish the seed. So
there is the ship from the Elf Prince, so...
Yay, we have the ship. It is worth noting that with Airboat on, we don't have any of the sort of docks on. So we don't have the Onrak dock. We don't have the other Northern Continent dock. We don't have Bahamut's dock on. So the ship with the canal and the canoe only really opens up Earth and ordeals.
Ah, okay. So, got more to do, but it's only barely.
Yep. We'll see. What we get out of Earth is probably the next place we're going to check, unless we decide to go to ordeals. Kind of an interesting decision point here. We'll have to see what our runners take. Oh, first Shum is going to go turn in that crystal that he bought for
Disturbing amounts of...
a Bane sword and whatever else. Gold material, I believe. The cube! So the cube does the normal thing. We do have shuffle chime access, though. So, one of the dungeons you go to, you will just kind of run into it and won't be able to get in, and you go, huh? What? And then you'll remember shuffle chimes on.
Now, remind me, is that dungeons only, or is that also towns?
It's only dungeons, I believe.
Okay.
I'll look that up real quick, but I'm pretty sure it's only dungeons.
It's been a hot minute since I've messed with it, so...
Yeah, and for some reason, the chime tends to show up a little bit early, and so sometimes we just don't even know.
Right.
Because once you have the chime, you don't know. It's not like it tells you.
Yeah, it just, you let shit through the gates no matter what.
Yeah.
It looks like just about everyone else except Scar. Okay, hang on. Scar's took a wipe there. My bad. I shouldn't have looked. I'm sorry. Commentator's gaze. I'm gonna say, hey,
just focusing on the runner means that they do poorly.
You will perform or you will wither beneath my gaze. I was gonna say Jesus is the last one into Volcano, it looks like, but now I don't know how deep Scarcer actually was, so they may actually be even. I don't know if they walked out a partial or what their deal is, but they're pulling things from from Armory floor, so they're basically even at the moment. Chanigan nipping along at Shumbabi's tail.
Yep. Shum burning off some encounters here. Looks like there's a nasty set of 3, like, right in after a run.
Yeah.
So. Get a little bit more deeper into Earth. So, the Earth incentive is post-rod. So we'll see how many pre-rod checks we make. It's still early, so I would imagine a few, but we'll have to see. That little room is almost free, but we'll see if we check the Earth version of TFC here.
Be just how off to the side we go when hunting shards, because I have no idea what our shard the number of shards in our pocket actually is at the moment.
It was surprisingly low. The armory only had 1. And then I think there were 1 or 2 more in Volcano, so... And we didn't kill Carrie, so... The number is 4 for Shum right now.
The night is yet young.
Yep, Scarcer getting the news about the crystal. And heading off to Volcano.
Good news, I guess, is... no one's really punished yet for that crystal.
Oh, Scarcer using the fact that this opening is on to go to Provoca from Crescent. That's interesting. That's
reverse way of Shumbabi's route, because that's what Shumbabi took to get there, of course.
Yep.
But I guess it makes sense because Scarcer came from the west side of the lower continent, so
Oh, it looks like we picked up the crystal, so we're just gonna go
Okay.
see Matoya. Maybe we came this way and I just missed it. Shoom past that really hard fight that is the vampire. Gotta look out for that vampire.
Speed bump.
One of these days we're gonna have like a vampires chaos flag on or something, and it's just gonna be terrible.
Well, Jesus managed to get all the way back to the top, save whatever they had. I assume mostly armory. We still got 2 shards now. Nope. Yep.
Oh, they got everything because they pulled the rod out. So.
Well, no, the rod is from Circle of Sages. Adamant is in Volcano.
Oh, you're right.
So. But they're definitely
we're gonna
leaving
head
for a may just be heals or something. But
yeah, it looks like one of our
Oh,
it looks
I
like
see.
our fighter died. So.
Ruby came from Vampire's Closet.
And we are getting confirmation from one of our trackers, Catnip Bumblefarts, that they cleared the armory. So cleared armory, saved. Gonna go get our fighter back, and then probably go back, or definitely go back in because it's Russian.
Yeah.
Looks like we found the ruby in Earth.
Yep. Immediately leave the place. Go check Titan's Closet.
So this is an incentivized spot. So, ooh, a great axe.
Ambushing tigers. I'm not a fan.
No. But we don't have the thief, so we can't like be really mad that we got ambushed.
Right. It's bound
If we
to
had the
happen.
thief, we'd be really mad.
See, with my luck, I just assume I'm ambushed whether or not I have a thief or a ninja. Like I'm always ambushed.
Yep.
Guaranteed. Another
Oh, more
ambushing-
tigers.
Okay.
More ambushing tiger.
Now I'm a little bit frustrated if I'm Shoom. just a little bit on that. Was this necessary video game?
Mm-hmm. And we're pulling out that Cure 4 that we got on our white mage, so that's good.
Yep.
And that Masa doing some work against the tiger. Ooh, and we got the TNT. Guess where we're going back to?
Hey, you ready to walk backwards again?
Yes. But first,
You gotta visit
we're
Grandpa.
gonna go see what Sarda has. Ooh, fast at level 4.
That is a tail.
No, but
We're
always-
handed a severed rat's tail from the Grandpa. Okay.
What do you think Sarda thought that was? Do you think he's like, oh, this is my flail from my fighting days? It's a tail.
Here, have this mystical wristband. It has friends tattooed on it somehow, right? Yeah, here you go. Friendship bracelet powers.
Friendship bracelet, rat tail. That's great. Tail's really nice with our party makeup, because we're probably definitely promoting here.
Those that were able to save the dragon armor get to benefit that really well.
Yep. We're going to go ahead and translate our slab.
Shanigan's going to step on a bug. Some of those characters are still single-digit levels, so we're pushing hard, as is to be expected.
Yep.
I mean, I blinked and Scarcer's in, nipping at the heels of Shanigan here, so definitely.
Yeah. And
Go ahead.
and we have Jesus, who's making their second dive down here into Volcano after the unfortunate passing of their fighter, their fighter. Now, let's see here. This could be garbage. But it's not. It's the footer. It's fine.
Commentator's blessing, I guess.
I guess.
Hey. All right.
And now we're going to go up and we're going to do our deals.
Yeah. Alright,
The air mode is great with ordeals.
No, we're not.
Oh no, I guess we're gonna do honor content.
Okay. See, this is what happens when you try to predict on stream. You just they tell you you're doing.
We keep being wrong though.
I see what we're doing. We're looking for that thief.
Ooh, a thief.
Gotcha.
That is a good find. The risks Schumer taking seem to be paying off here. So.
Well, of course they are. I'm not the one taking the risk, therefore it always works out for me.
Therefore it works out, right? Yeah, that's how this works. I'm gonna go up to Waterfall here. See what the Waterfall gives us.
Burn some
counters,
maybe?
We're saving here because we're gonna go do something. Oh, we're burning off encounters. That's what we're doing. I knew that.
Normally when I burn encounters, A, I'm only burning a few of them because I'm lazy and impatient, and B, I just do like back and forth in the same 5 squares. So
yeah, I thought this was going to be some like triple brained play where we were going to go check the caravan or something, but there's no reason to check the caravan because we already found the shop item.
Been so wrong before. Maybe they know that there's a second vendor item somewhere, and this is the 5-head play pulling out here.
It is pretty unlucky to get here to Waterfall and not see a single shard.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Shanigan has acquired 2 by taking out Lich, as Shimbabi picks up the watery ale, conveniently right next door to Onrak. We don't have a key, so not going to be getting the key item from there, but do we dip any? No, we don't.
No, not yet. No, because it's only worth shards otherwise, and you can just get those later. Oh, yes! Yes, Synpyro, another one of our trackers, is reminding me, too, that the bosses have their vanilla scripts. So, you know what to expect from a boss, which does make it a little bit easier to kill them. It also means they're kind of hard because the scripts were tuned to be difficult. It means we can't just, like, steamroll something, but... we'll have to see.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, we know Lich 2 is gonna be an issue. Him and his turn 1 nuke.
Yep.
Kick in his house and says, I heard what you did to my little brother. Have a microwave. And just throws the house at you.
We're gonna go ahead and promote here. So there is a key item too, in the Cardias somewhere. And we don't have Bahamut's stash turned on, so if we want to go hunting that.
Which, I mean, you almost feel like you have to at this point, because you're still missing a key and a loot.
Yeah, I mean, we're missing...
And a lot of shards, but...
Chime, lots of shards.
Inventory simulator the game.
Yep.
And that is a carry kill on Jesus' side.
Oh, very nice.
So, Scarcer and Jesus have both killed their, at least a fiend. I don't know if Scarcer tried for a carry kill.
Oh, it looks like we found a something we liked in here, because we're kind of setting up for a grind.
Yep. Aegis Shield, Rhythm +4, Cardia paying out even without the key items. Let's go.
Nice Aegis Shield we can definitely put on immediately. We'll probably go to here and find the key item.
Loader for Chanigan.
And a full pack of Frosties for Shum here.
Not
in this box.
shabby.
Some good experience here. Plus, we have the katana knife, so level 14, and we get the chime.
Oh,
which
chime and
maybe we
cube
need.
means you've got cube locked Or key item in Temple in the
Yep.
Sky? Yeah, whatever it's called.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, the item in Sky is Q blocked or actually in Sky or however you want to term that.
Right, okay. Another ribbon in Cardia.
Another ribbon.
Wow.
Cardia having the goods today.
Heard you like defensive gear. Come to Cardia.
Oh, and there's another shard.
2 ribbons, a Masa, Dragon Armor,
Yes.
Aegis Shield, Katana.
Yeah, it's being a really except for the item routing, it's being a pretty nice seed so far.
If I was
the inner sea was a little bit.
If I was a competitor here, I'd be looking at this the gear sets and going, boy, the rest of this is the other qualifiers might just be a disaster. Get too used to this good feast and do nothing but starve the rest of it.
And Scarcer are already at 10 shards, so kind of a good start on the 24 that they're going to need to finish the seed.
Wonder what levels are looking like. Everyone's...
I haven't seen Scarcers yet. I know Shum was on about 14 last time. You're going to want to do... I would expect the runners that we see on screen here to probably do early 20s for Topher, maybe mid-20s.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a minimum of +4 on everything means you've got a lot more grace even with vanilla scripts.
Yep.
And there's a power bonk. Okay.
So Slab will turn into power bonk nicely.
Hannigan has like no armor on the rest of his guys. Did they?
It's alright.
They pulled.
Well,
so it looks like they pulled Chime and then bailed out of the rest of Cardia. Because they didn't have their ribbons.
So.
Hmm.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe they didn't look in Cardia yet. I've heard some scuttlebutt that Cardia is maybe you save it to last in case you don't need it.
I could see that.
It's kind of a pain. Ooh, there's some nice shards here in less than greater than. And if we are possessed of a very nice sweeper, this is actually kind of a nice pack to grind on. Assuming they don't have any nasty scripts.
Well, now you've done it.
Yeah, I mean, I have done it, but that's okay. It's my job as a commentator to curse the runners so that it's more entertaining for the rest of us. Oh, it's just a trap tile. What am I thinking? Some chimeras. Ooh. Chimeras that are gonna kill your black belt. That's okay though, I'm sure we have life.
Yeah, the black mage can stay down for a bit. Okay, never mind. We'll bring him right back. Yeah, we're pulling the box. Ambushed on the blue dragons. Okay, cool.
But that's okay. We still took care of it. But 4 shards here in less than greater than is pretty good. That's a
boss
really
right
nice.
there.
Yeah. Gold and some more gold and an XP chest. All XP chests are 3,000 XP.
Okay.
Nice to find early, kind of okay to find late. Free XP is always free XP, so.
My lack of sleeping habits is catching up to me.
Completely understandable.
Channikin's definitely gonna dip straight into... I say straight into Mirage. We're checking our our encounters for tyros and steak and wings.
Ooh, there was a tyro and a wing. That's not too bad.
And now we're just burning encounters, I guess.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like Sky's the place to be, because there's 2 more shards down here. 4 and less than greater than. That's like a fourth of what you need before you even get into Sky.
Yeah, before you even consider, hey, do I need to kill a boss or not?
Yep.
You can turn that number of bosses down from 2 to 1, then it feels a lot better.
Especially with our white mages and our exit being level 4. And just a really kind of nice setup that we have for our runners here. Very, very smooth sailing so far. We'll see how Topher treats us.
Is Topher long, medium, or short?
It is a medium Topher today. Ooh, there's the key.
Okay. Key opens mermaids and Corneria with this flag set, right?
Correct. Thief lockpicking is on, it's worth noting, but it's at level 22.
Ah.
So, it's kind of nice because it saves 1 key item hunt at the end of the game if you've gotten this far and you don't have the key, but not really useful during your item hunt phase.
Potentially lets you skip the, dive straight into Topher at that point as opposed to having to go hunt the actual key down, but doesn't give you any real advantages otherwise.
Yep. And yes, as our tracker points out, our Sky is providing.
Always does. Unless I'm running. I mean... Yeah. You do. Well, it's just like, it's the same rule with insta-kills on, Bracken on Kraken. It only works for my opponent, never works for me.
Unless set RNG is on, then it doesn't work at all. Sunsword's not too bad to find. Unfortunately, we've already found a Masa and a Katana, so it just does not matter.
Does Shum still have a Katana? I thought they sold that.
I think we ended up resetting out and actually selling the Bane Sword and the Gold Cheerio.
Okay.
Once we figured out that's what we were gonna do, we did that instead of selling the Katana. So.
Well, Shum definitely feels he needs the. Excuse me. He wants the 4 shards off of Tia's body, so we're gonna go pick a fight over
Yeah,
here.
I think at these levels with this equipment, it's probably not too worrying to try and come up here. Oh, we got the Invis 2 off. No Bane though.
Never.
Never Bane. Thunder's not too bad.
Okay, well, no Banes anymore.
Jeez.
I heard you have increased magic def. Let me show you how little you actually have.
Let me show you. Magic def is a lie, apparently.
12.5%'s a lie. So is magic def. So are insta kills. Are we just? What other lies has the FF1 devs told us? Next week on the OJ Power Hour, Sunflash goes on a very legitimate rant.
So, Shum is at 5 shards left to enter Topher.
And they have not touched mermaids. They have not touched anything. Guy, what was the noise about?
Oh, I just saw that Scarcer lost their their fighter in a fight. It's not, or their thief rather in a fight. It's not really a big deal, but one of those things I looked up and it was happening. Shum gonna do grab the power bonk here, probably hoping it was the loot.
Right. Jesus taking out Lich 1.
Yep. So looks like Hannigan has 7 shards left, but isn't quite done with Sky.
I was about to comment about Shanigan pulling more loot boxes than Shimbabi did, but Shimbabi has the gear from Cardia Isles, which means they already know they don't care. You know, they've already got the good gear. There's like one ribbon they'd like to run into, but the rest of it they've got 2 ribbons and Aegis, Dragon, Katana, Masa. They're golden. They're ready to go with that gear. Shanigan doesn't. So like, they've got the Masa and the Katana, but they don't have the ribbons and the Aegis. I think they probably have Dragon armor, but.
Hannigan pulling the pulling a pro ring out of the 6-pack here on Sky. Has 2 protect rings, so that's good. Not quite as good as a ribbon, obviously, but still very nice to have.
Shimbabi over here, being here at promotion is like, okay, I've got all this money. Everyone gets your spells now.
Garcer is also 7 shy, or at 13. Or at not 13. Yeah, 13. That's how math works. Jesus grabbing the TNT. Gonna go get tail from the old man.
So I think Shum's expecting to pick up what they're missing at Mermaids. There's not much else they could be. Like, I guess technically they could be in ice or marsh, but he's low enough. How many are they missing?
Like 5 or 4.
Alright, so I would be tempted to just go straight towards Kraken. Greed check along the way.
Yeah, we still need the loot.
Yeah.
So I think that's why we're here. But yes, probably just gonna go. If we find the loot here, we're just gonna go to Kraken, fight Kraken, be done with our business here.
Yep.
Please don't.
But I wanna. Okay, that's a shard.
No, that means that the Excal is here or something like that. Defense.
Okay.
So, a quirk is that the items that are in the key item pool do not have encounters with them, so they're not marked.
Okay.
So it's kind of interesting. You see, I didn't expect that to be a shard, but that's where we're at. Oh.
Okay, so
No shards there.
no shards. Nothing we want.
We're just going to go to the Onrak continent. Go get our shards there. Hopefully get the loot there too.
Yeah, I guess at this point, Mermaids first is the play, and hope you get loot and a extra couple shards or something.
We haven't found the Excal yet, right?
Not on the tracker notes, and I don't recall it.
So that's incentivized in this flag set.
Sin disagrees with you.
Yeah, but
Help me, chat. The tracker and the comms are fighting.
Yes, it's a knockdown, drag out fight.
Both sides are confused.
I'm not
Fight me.
Okay, so this should be... Ooh, it's a shard. So what we're hoping is that this is the loot, and what we're not hoping is that the bottle turns into the loot, or that... We're hoping the bottle turns into the X-Cal. That's what we're hoping here.
You're right.
Ooh, there's our other box. The Power Gauntlet, the Defense Sword, and the X-Cal are the 3 incentivized non-key items for our 22.
Gotcha.
So what we're hoping here is that it says loot.
Get Rex in! No. Oh, that's a bottle.
Yeah,
We
not
did
really
it.
what we wanted.
We didn't
We're gonna
exit, so yeah, we're gonna go probably kill a Kraken.
Yeah, we're gonna fit. Makes sense to get all your shards here. You don't want to come back.
Right.
So
I'm sorry, Franklin. Are you calling X-Cal not legendary?
no, I think we're calling the Defense Sword not legendary.
Oh, okay. That's slightly more acceptable. Takes my hand off of the ban button, walks away. Alright, Sin, now you're getting the hammer. Let's go.
I'm pretty sure the game agrees because I'm pretty sure if you have plus legendary swords, you can't equip the Defense Sword. So.
Well, the game's allowed to be wrong. See, also...
Yeah, I mean, that's fine, but the game is wrong in this case because I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Ah, Kraken, come save us.
3 hit, well, 393,
400.
151. Now the fast goes off. Congratulations.
And we do not suffer from ink, so dark is actually improved. So if you get darked, it's actually really bad.
Not hitting anything at that
Or
point.
hit 84. Ooh, gross.
Gonna do
Quad X
again,
looks like-
blind the caster.
Yeah.
Yeah, insta kills me.
Ooh,
No.
Quad X works.
Quad X does its thing.
Doesn't matter. Okay. So now Shum just needs to find the loot. We're hoping that it's in Gaia. Well, Shum's hoping it's in Gaia.
Everyone else is hoping. And Chanigan's making a blind dive into ordeals. I say blind. If they've
Yeah.
got 3 fiends down, I don't know what their shard count is looking like.
Probably pretty
Good.
good. They were at only needing 7, I think, before they finished Skies, so... Alright, do we have to go to Ordeals today, yes or no?
Yep.
The answer is
All right. Well, we know what Chanigan's about to pull out of this trap chest. Probably.
well, it could be the other chest, but yes, probably.
Ah, there it is.
Yep.
One trumpet.
There we go.
Jay's living the high life.
Off to Ordeals.
At least with airboat, you can take the short landing instead of the long landing.
Yeah, airboat's actually really nice. So
I meant to look at
it
Chanigan's
also
shard
means you don't
count,
have to
I
turn in the floater; you just have it.
Right. Chanigan, slow your menus down for crying out loud.
We're trying to
One.
get shard counts.
One shard?
One shard.
Go get it
we'll
here.
find it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll find it.
Well, as the rest of the defensive gear.
So.
Oh, this is going to be close between Shum and Chanigan. I don't want to turn to my left and look at my at the race room because this is
Yeah,
gonna
let's
be
not.
pretty close.
Yeah. Yep. There's our loot. Cast exit. Go to Topher. Run from some catmen. Save and take the hard reset so we get out of here quicker. It's worth a tent.
I've been there before. I've suffered the wounds of not respecting the random encounter on my way to the boat and having to do all the ordeals again.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Chanigan says, we're not manipulating encounters. We're going for it. We're done. I want out. I want free.
Yeah, this is really close. And this is mid Topher too, so we'll be getting into the Lich 1 fight here pretty soon. Let's see that Quake, or Nuke rather. Being sorted. I'm sorry, that was really funny to me.
Jeez. There's the nuke.
There's the nuke.
There's the reset. Says, I'm gonna need something else.
Where are we going? Oh, we're gonna need levels.
And Shum skipped the nuke, like Franklin says.
Oh, yeah.
Wall 1 complete. Just carry 2 down. We're into the 21-22 territory.
Yep. Ooh, these red Ds.
Well, I don't know if Chanigan removed everyone's armor or not.
He did.
He did? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I saw him do it, so.
Oh, they're in the
I think we're gonna
24 plus. Oh.
Yep. We're gonna do some grinding here. While Shuma's just gonna go. Which is, you know.
Oof, a little scary when Kraken almost one-shots the fighter.
And it's sort of an, like, I think you get into a little bit of, sort of, different strategies for different race settings, right?
Yeah.
Like, here you want to make sure that you're not last, versus maybe if on a one-on-one race, we may just try and get lucky.
Yep. The safety versus risk reward is less punishingly tilted towards safety in the mass bucket setup we have for our qualifier.
Yep.
Is what got me last time. It's like, I can do this, and then I got into the one-on-ones and went, never mind, I'm still bottom of the bucket.
Yep. And that's, I'm pretty sure that's something we haven't explained yet, is that we do have a bucketing system. So once one runner finishes, that's on a timer. Or
Starts timer running.
it starts a timer that then if you get into that first bucket, you get a certain number of points. I would have to pull up the...
Right. It's basically when the first one finishes, if you're within X time behind them with your own finish, then you get a large chunk of points. And then after that first timer hits, if you're in that second group, you get a different chunk of points, and so on and so forth through a couple of different stages they just call buckets.
Yep.
So
and
you're not...
The winner...
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I was just going to say your best 3 points is what gets you, is what seeds you into the bracket stage.
Right.
So even if you finish 3 races, which is needed to qualify. And I will point out that while we're not really having that much difficulty with Tia 2, we there is still time to join this and to come and play with us. It is wonderful to play. It is a wonderful randomizer. Come join us. It's a lot of fun.
We are.
You
This
only
is
need to finish 3 quals.
the first qualifier out of 9, not counting 3 asyncs. The first async of which opened yesterday or today. One of the two. And doesn't close.
It opened
until
early this morning,
early this morning.
and it closes on Thursday at night.
Well, Shumbabi has pulled Chaos. Gets off their Invis 2 and a fast before the mages die. Crack comes out, just takes out the fast caster. It's fine. They already got their fast off. That's all we really needed.
That's all we cared.
Rest of it's just gravy. Oh,
Oh, we're standing him up for probably some...
I didn't realize Life and Battle was on. Okay.
Yep, Life and Life 2 and Battle are on.
Okay.
So, it's nice.
We're gonna try extra tempers. Not gonna happen because that with 3 is gonna take him out.
But we got a nice heal off. It's okay. We have our Masa swinging fighter. That might do us. We'll see. We're gonna try a wall here.
Tap out those resistances. Dodge the slow 2 that ignores ribbons and whatnot.
Yeah, the slow 2 is awful. And we have the Cure 4, which isn't great. But we're now buffed up and getting there, so...
Yeah, we're no longer near as scared of the majority of that skill and spell set here, so...
Yeah. Meanwhile, Chanigan appears to have finished the grind and is happy with their levels. Scarcer is in Topher and just got through carry 2. Jesus looks like we're on a grind here, but we still need to find the key in the loot.
Pearl coming out. Still got some HP left on that sucker. There's the fast. Chaos, no. There's the termination.
Excellent. So GG's to Shum. They're the first runner on stream. They're actually the second runner. They are preceded by Guardian Marcus with a time of 57:20. Shum finishes with a time of 58:43, and it looks like Shum is ready for us. So
GG,
Shum.
Thank you.
So how did you find that seed?
It was pretty straightforward, I think. I enjoyed it, but I'm kind of biased, having done a lot of the design work on these flags. But yeah, no, it's. I'm just glad to be back in racing, and this particular seed, yeah, I found it to be pretty straightforward. It was a little frustrating towards the end when I knew that the loot was in ordeals, and I was like, kind of had to go there, but.
Right.
Otherwise, I mean, yeah, everything played out pretty much how I've been practicing it, and I think I performed fairly well. I could still use some execution things here and there, but otherwise, it's looking good.
And it looks like most of the decision points you made pointed in the right direction for this seed, except for possibly like you said, ordeals, having the loot, which is never ideal.
No, but it did let me pick up that X-Cal. I was like, I'm not going to be mad if the fairy gave me an X-Cal here, because I'm definitely going to wind up using it.
Right.
I was definitely cheering for you getting the loot there, so just so you know.
It would have been nice to go straight into Topher, but like I said, I'm not bummed by it. With this encounter table, what it was, like, ordeals was going to be, 1 minute maybe? Because there was no encounter stopping us.
Right. Chanigan is solo knight into Tia 2 here.
Yep.
Never
And we have
fun.
the Black Knight and White Ninja flags on. So we have black magic on our knight here that allows us to do things like cast Fast and Temper. But we can't res our party members, unfortunately. So we just have to lean on this knight.
No more support, only offense.
Only offense, which, only offense works. And Scarcer is pulling chaos here as well.
Yeah, the design decision there was definitely kind of pushing the speed and power. Helps get the times down, but also the scaling on the enemies and the bosses don't ever get so high that a knight wouldn't survive a hit, and I didn't want it to be like a freebie. Like, all right, just res your party when you're through this.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense. So actually, now that you mentioned that, as far as the design decisions go, what was sort of the overall, like, if you had like a theme you could pick out for this flag set, like what would you say that was?
Muppets. No, carry on.
A singular theme, just to avoid tedium. I wanted it to feel fresh every time. And hopefully we'll see that as the flags progress and more of the world opens up as we get into deeper stages of the tournament. But that was the goal, is to keep things at around 55 to 65 minutes on the early end. And then maybe by finals it jumps up to like 75, 80 minutes, but to avoid the tedium and to let people feel like their practice mattered. So let's reduce the variance in places that we can. And yeah, just finish the game. Do well.
Just get good.
And so on stream, we do have Shanigan finishing second on stream, third overall with 1:02:31. Scarcer is in the chaos fight now, and I don't know if we're past Cure 4 yet or not, but
I am going to grab Shanigan and pull them in real quick.
awesome.
Yoink. Gotcha. GG, Shanigan.
Hello, thank you. GG Shoom.
Hey, Bo, good game.
Yeah. Not too bad. Pretty happy with that.
And then
Yeah, so
Scarcer finishes.
how would
based on
Oh,
race
yeah.
room times, by the way, that's a minute and a second behind Shanigan. So, real close GG there, too.
Yeah, no, that was a close race.
There you go.
Yep.
GG, Scar.
Thank you, GG.
So I'll ask my super generic question of Shanigan. How did you find the seat?
Very straightforward. Yeah, it's just go from point A to point B. Was not that easy, no. With the volcano dive required early. The masa was good though. Thank God for that masa. But I had an ice sword just in case for carry. I don't know why I try killing carry, but I'm like, I'm there. I have a masa. I have a meat shield.
I don't care what the
Yeah,
settings
why not?
are. It always feels terrible to
Yeah.
leave a
Yeah,
fiend
like-
alive. So I get it.
Yeah, two.
Disagree. Long live
shards.
Carrie.
Yeah,
Carrie can live
a lot of the
forever.
practices,
Not
everyone's
Carrie.
leaving Volcano. This is actually, I think, the first time I left Volcano and Earth without killing a fiend.
No, I did both. My white mage was dead most of the time, so I didn't have exit. So I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna run through it.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So Scar GG, same question to you. How did you find the seat?
I found the seat in the race room where it was posted.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna kick him right back out of here.
I'm gonna pull you back into the waiting room, and then I'm gonna pull you back. Can we try again?
It was a seat. I had to go to ordeals, which I detest.
Or ordeal being required is always sucks. Like, you don't like going there. Like, it's ordeals, ice, or marsh. So we don't have ice on marsh. but we have ordeals, so
You thought you'd be able to skip a
Yeah,
side
and-
dungeon. Nope.
You know, hindsight is 2020, and hindsight's telling me we don't need an X-Cal. We could have gone without our deals.
yeah. No, I went straight to ordeals. Like I found the loot first try. Or was it? Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah. Loot
Oh,
was
yeah.
our deals.
Yeah, loot was there, yeah.
Yeah, ordeals was
Yeah,
required.
that was model.
Yeah. I don't know why I went there. Not gonna lie.
Optimism.
Yeah, maybe.
Making the low
that-
percentage play to
Yeah, why not?
I mean, you're the only one who didn't go to Waterfall, so or at least on screen.
Yeah.
So
No, I didn't want to go there.
yeah,
It's a silly place.
but it's not. randomized.
Oh, I gotta ask, where was the thief?
Guy.
Yeah.
on rack, right?
There was on rack
On
also.
rack? On rack? Okay.
I'm not shopping.
That's
for
why I
Thief
went to
on rack,
Waterfall
I'll
right
lose.
away. 'Cause I was like,
Mm,
I'll go to on rack because I want my thief, and then
yeah.
I didn't have the key. I don't like going. I didn't have the key or Oxio. I wanted both those things before I even
well, if
thought
you go
about
there,
Yeah,
you
me
get a
too.
thief and an
Waterfall.
Oxio. It's obviously.
No.
Anyway, I sold the katana early for money
Good.
for crystal.
Yeah,
Good.
I did too, and
Yeah,
then I
that was a
reset
good
after
idea.
a minute of
Oh,
deliberation.
really?
Yeah, I was like,
I did
no, I
some.
didn't want to do that.
I did a couple packs of red Ds in Volcano.
Oh, yeah.
One-
No,
I noticed I was getting 5K per red D when I had to fight one in a box. It's like, okay, they're on the tile, and
mhm.
you know they were on the fire tile. So,
Yeah, I
they seem-
grinded on them after I tried going to Topher once and couldn't kill Lich like in 1 or 2 turn and got nukes. I'm like, yeah, I'll just grind a bunch. I think I was 20. My knight was level 22 at that time, and I
Yeah, that sounds right.
took like five, maybe 5, 6 fights. I went to 38, 40 or something like that. And with a Masa, he's like, yeah, just give
And
me
then,
hits.
and then everybody died except for the knight, and you made it anyway.
Yeah. No, that was expected. So
I have to step AFK a few minutes, so GG's. I'll be here again in a minute.
So Jesus finding their key, getting through.
Was it Jesus the Frog? I thought it was Jesus the Frog.
I was told under no uncertain terms that it is Jesus.
Okay. By Jesus.
By Danny, which if I want to keep getting in the booth. So anyway, so I guess of our runners here, let's say, how much practice would you say you have done? Let's start with
Maybe 10 races, maybe.
yeah.
like 10.
I think.
Wow, that's
not an
way more than
overwhelming
me.
count, but yeah, more than maybe an average runner. But I've just honestly, I enjoy at the start of a tournament when everybody's still looking at the flags in a fresh way, and we can just sort of shoot the breeze and figure it out together. Because even though, like I said, it was a lot of design, but it didn't mean that I really truly got the feel for these flags until it went through the QA of just people playing them and then figuring this out. Like there was no meta going into this in my mind, or at least not the one that I'm starting to adopt. So yeah, it was about 10.
I think I did 4. I'm looking at the race results channel just to see how many I've done. I haven't done a lot. I'm thinking 4. Maybe I finished 3 of them. But I think that's about the number that I wanted. Because I don't want to practice qualifiers flags like for the next 3 weeks. Like I need to start practicing the other flag sets. Because not gonna lie, the next flag sets are gonna be the one that are more important. rather than doing qualifiers.
Well, the qualifiers should, for those not in the know what he's talking about with all the map edits and the scaling that goes up, the qualifiers really are just setting the stage on these are always going to be your incentive locations so that you get that kind of muscle memory, but the map's going to open up in a very different
Yeah.
way and force you into different regions at different times, starting, I believe, in the round of 32.
Round of 32 with the river
Yep.
to Melmond.
The river.
We're gonna visit Sarda. We're gonna visit Lich. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be fun.
Awful. I love it.
All right,
No,
I just
sorry.
finished looking. I just finished looking at the race results channel. I finished. I did 4 races. Finishes 2 of them.
Fair.
So
It's
yep,
very fair.
that's
For
more
sure.
than enough practice.
Yeah.
I don't know, somewhere between enough and not enough.
Yeah, it's fair.
There were like Shanigan was saying he did 4 total. I think there was a day. I think there was a day where I did 4 in a day. I love shard hunts.
Oh,
And
it's
these
fun.
these can turn out to be very linear, and it's
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of fun. I do applaud Choom the flags. I also find them quite amusing.
yeah.
I don't know why.
Shoom's made the flags, and I cranked the power up. They let me do. They let me do the testing, and I don't like negative numbers on my weapons. I don't like, it's like it needs to be fun. It needs it needs to be enjoyable. And it's like let's just
Yeah.
give them a lot of power, because that's always fun. It's a little romp with power.
I had the
And then
macro
there's
idea.
no
Star Force me into it.
spells. Anyways,
Oh no, they're fun. Like just having airboat.
I love
Like
it.
this finally it's in the main tournament. So I was so happy when I saw it first. And when the flags dropped.
Airboat should become standard.
Oh yeah.
You
Agreed.
cannot change my mind on that. Glad you
Yeah,
agree.
same.
we're gonna have throwback flags eventually that don't include airboat, and everybody's gonna like complain that they have
Everyone's
to
gonna
go to
listen.
the
that's
desert.
fine.
Listen, so long as I'll accept not having airboat, so long as you aren't trying to make me run slow boat.
Slow boat is
There's-
indeed the worst.
Slow boat,
Nah,
yeah. There's no competitive difference with slow boat, especially not in the recent showcased flag sets with it on.
Oh yeah. The slow boat is fun, like for bingos and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
when you opt into it for
Mhm.
points.
Yep.
Like when you are in control of your destiny. When you opt into it. When they just turn off fast, but you're not in control of your destiny.
About controlling our destiny, my kids are going to get home any minute now, so I'm going to control myself out of this channel before they take over RPGs with the Greek.
GG's
All right.
against you.
GG's again.
Thank you for having me on Restream. Thank you for doing the comms and all that other work, and thanks to the competitors. Obviously, couldn't do this without you.
Are you sure?
It would be a lonely solo tournament.
It would be kind of lonely. It would be very sad. Meanwhile, Hayes is on Kraken floor here. We'll see how Kraken treats us.
What is
Trying to think of other fun questions to ask, but I always suck at this part of comms. So
Nah, it's fine.
It's the hardest part of columns, honest.
interviews really kind of are.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm in the background trying to turn Twitch back off on my phone because it kept deciding that it was going to make an echo for us. Sorry about that.
I was wondering why I could hear myself.
It's because I closed Twitch 3 times and it said you meant start it back up again, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Well, I had no additional interview questions, unfortunately, leaving you out to dry here. But
yeah, no, that's completely fine. I'm struggling to think of because The nice thing about this flag set and sort of the thing that's making this hard is there's not a lot of like what I would call routing decisions in most seeds, right?
Yeah.
It's mostly when you get the floater.
Yep.
Yeah.
Other than
When you
that,
get
it's
floater,
If
very
you get
linear.
if you get ship canal canoe, there can be a decision point between like ordeals and volcano, sort of.
Yeah.
Which is the lesser of two evils? Which one has your floater?
yeah. And then you have situations like this one where it opens up, and then you have Earth and ordeals sometimes too. But
It's
yeah,
Oh, there's no. Well, you see, the lesser evil between Earth and ordeals is Earth, because
it's
Lich is
Earth.
at the
That
end,
is true.
and Lich
That
is
is true. But you could go to
Lich
ordeals.
is cakeable. You could go to ordeals, but what are you going to cast cake against in ordeals?
Yeah.
Everything's like
And-
immune to Earth there.
See, I was thinking you're about to say Lich is worth 2 shards, but no, we're just talking about cake here. All right, that's good.
Yes. Well,
No,
that's
and with
the
the,
end result of casting cake is you get 2 shards.
You get 2 shards. It's
and with the
great.
sorcerers too, with that Dutch.
Oh man.
I got scared when I got a 4 or 5 sorcerer encounter.
Dude, right after Tia 2, I got a 7 sorcerer pack.
Oh.
My heart dropped, just like, oh, this is the point where I forfeit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get death touched, and I'm not gonna wanna, right? But I made it out. I made it through, clearly, evidently.
Yeah, Shumbabi in chat is saying I watched him burn a lot of encounters on Kraken floor just to be able to walk right by the sorcerers, which that's involves the deep magic of the encounter table. So we don't count that, but thank you.
No, I learned the encounter table fairly early just to know where
This was
the
actually
super long.
Everyone Everyone talks about like hero runs. This encounter table had a villain run. Very long run.
Like the 4 encounters back to back to back.
4 encounters back to back to back. But because they're so close together, you get this long walk afterwards. So you have to defeat a great evil, which is pressing your reset button 4 times.
Yep. No, every time I went into Topher, I just timed my encounters.
Oh, Jesus gets nuked out of chaos.
Topher.
Yeah.
After the Cure 4 too. It's just
well, it'll always be
great.
after the Cure 4. It's the vanilla script.
Well, I don't know the scripts that well.
I don't know them at all, so it's always randomized to me. I have the most.
I don't quite remember what spells 1, 2, and 5, 6 are, but spell 3 is slow 2. Spell 4 is Cure 4.
Cure 4. Yeah.
Spell 7 is fast. Spell 8 is nuke. When you see chaos cast fast, it is time to cross your fingers and dot your I's and whatever other superstitions you participate in.
Hope you have enough HP and go for it.
Yo, that flame sword against Lich. I love seeing people exploit the elemental weaknesses with something other than the flame, with something other than just putting on the Excal. Like we've got the the elemental damage bonus was high winter tournament, and we cranked it up just a little bit more for this one. It's 42. It's 42 bonus damage for hitting an elemental weakness. It is.
That it's big.
It's huge. Like
that's why I did it for my Volcano run against Carrie. Like I had the ice sword, so it didn't matter that much that I had the Excal, but not the Excal, the Masa. But I still feel like the Masa was better.
Fun fact: Carrie 1 resists ice.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Oh, I thought she didn't. Well, today I learned again.
Yep, her weakness is status.
Status.
And the only status elemental sword is the Excal.
Yep.
The status.
Oh, I just noticed he uses the frog gaze doing the long run instead of going to the right.
How many steps different is it?
It's like 3.
It's 3 steps.
No,
it's not a lot.
It's not a lot. It's not a lot, and you might honestly, this is a walk cycle where if you would like, I haven't memorized how many steps it is to get to the bottom of Topher, but if I had if I had known that I was getting all those packs on like this, like him taking the quote unquote suboptimal route here is contextually optimal because it decreases. Like if he came in here off the hard reset, it could decrease his chance to get encounters on the TF floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Well,
the play we're going with. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sounds
Well, if you
like me.
can
It's
get
choosing my
the,
routes.
It could be that he just doesn't know, but like everyone talks about saving the steps, but there's sometimes you don't need to save. Sometimes where you just need to not save the steps.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
All right. I need to go. So GG again to everyone.
Yep.
Thank you guys for doing comms and all that stuff, tracking, restreaming. And yeah, I'm pretty hyped for this tournament. So I don't know. That's about it. I'm not good with these.
GG, thanks for playing, Chan. Again, have a good afternoon, night, rest of your day.
Yep. All right, later, guys.
Bye.
I think on that note, I will also head out. Thanks for having us on. Thanks
Run
for
while
putting us
you
on.
can.
Thanks for putting up with me. GG.
Yep.
GG.
Thank you,
Have a
Scar,
wonderful
for
Sunday.
running.
Bye.
Bye. So while Jesus gets through, Tia here and takes another crack at Chaos, which should be more successful because we are definitely like having more party than we did before.
Yeah.
We had finishes of so Chanigan was 102.31, and then we had Scarcer at 103.32. We had Pickles and Beer at 103.38, so 6 seconds later. Woobear at 103.55, who
I think Race Time bugged out on him. It's fine.
Yeah, that's fair. And then Win Fox at 104.08, and that was a nice little tight pack between third place and sixth place there. And then at seventh place, we had Mecklin coming in at 113.32. We had Flurry 14 coming at 113.59, and ADR coming in at 114.19. Leaving us Jesus here for our second chaos attempt.
And before I forget, speaking about the rest of the tournament stuff, we touched on a little bit early on and touched on it, I'm sure, a little bit while Shum was here, but we do have qualifier number 2 will be on the 7th. That is Tuesday at 10 p.m. EST. That'll be on FFR Prime, I believe. I think RPG Limit Break has other things to do. And then there's what is basically 3 different qualifiers per week, plus an async.
Yep.
So got 2 more this week, and then 6 more total, plus 2 plus total of 3 asyncs.
Looks like we are also doing vodcasts of the async qualifiers on Fridays at 3 p.m. Eastern for the next few weeks. So that'll be exciting to watch as well while we watch Chaos Miss Cube, which is good. We are powering up here, tempering up.
Double tempers coming out.
Ooh, swirl and we survive it, which is really nice. And we don't survive the ice 3 on the red page side, but that's okay. Our white mage is still up, and we are doing 1,223 damage to Chaos, so that is excellent. And
Chaos is no longer long for this world at this point.
No, I don't think so. We brought up our red mage too, just in case, and this should be terminated indeed.
GG for Azus.
GG for Azus Frog. Finishes with a race time of 1:25:20. Geez, we'll see if Azus wants to come in and chat with us or not. I don't remember his disposition.
It has been an hour and a half more on their end,
yeah,
so I understand.
Yeah, it's been.
I'm gonna swap my screens.
So we'll see here while we go ahead and pitch that everybody should come and help us out here, or come with us and to the Discord and participate in the winter tournament or not. Get on comms. It's a great time. Tracking is fun. You get to click all the buttons. It is lots of fun to hang out with us. It's a great community. I know everybody says that, but it really is a lot of fun. You have a lot of kind people. Everybody raced with us last night. You have people like me who are still a duckling and still really putting up like 80-minute times, 90-minute times on this flag set. Through Shum was racing with me, and it's really a great time. So everybody come join us.
Jesus has said they would be up for a quick one and haven't seen them yet, so that's fine. But I'm gonna go look. Where is the calendar stuff? Where are we going? Every time I look, we've changed how the calendars have done. Jay, make up your mind. Now that I've made my boss mad.
It's all right.
The speaking of new, I know you can't do it. That's the problem. Speaking of joining up and being new and etc. We do have the Duckling Boot Camp stuff coming up at the end of March for those that hey, this looks neat, cool. I want to try it. How do I try it? I don't know where to start. Well, end of March we're gonna have our little new player boot camp, and then the new player race at the end of May after you get all your fresh training and everything and see how good you do against the rest of your class.
Yep. And we are joined in the booth by Jesus the Frog. GG's.
GG.
So,
Jesus.
Looks like, unfortunately, kind of had a rough time in Volcano, but how would you say the flag was overall? Or the seed?
Overall, it was fine. I just misplayed it horribly. I don't really practice these at all, so I'm basically going in blind. I did a couple of seeds of these flags before over the past couple weeks, but yeah, a lot of this is just down to basic FFR rustiness, like forgetting how to handle fiends and chaos.
Yeah, and especially like with the vanilla scripts on, they can be a little bit rough. So
yeah, actually, I didn't even know vanilla scripts were on until like the third seed I did.
yeah, it's amazing what you kind of discover as you're practicing, right? Is like, oh, these docks aren't on. That was mine.
So used to playing Archipelago seeds or other stuff with the really wild flag sets enabled, and then you come back to something that's like, nope, you have vanilla boss scripts, and you're like, so there's no difference to me because I don't remember what the vanilla scripts are.
Yeah, pretty much. Although I gotta say, I think it done 4 or 5. I think this is 5 seeds. Every single one, Lish 2 is opened with nuke. First turn, every time.
Yeah, that would be because the scripts are vanilla. So
is that required though? This on the second redive, he just punched a couple times.
Yeah, I mean he can punch or do other things, but the first spell he's going to cast is nuke.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't understand it enough, so I'm expecting someone to jump in and correct me. But basically, they've all got a chance to do punch or skill or spell, and they just have, since it's vanilla script, they have a specified, like, if they decide to cast a spell, they're going to cast, in Lich's case, nuke first, and then they do the second thing in the list, and the third thing, and it just, every turn it's rolling, okay, am I doing melee, am I doing a spell, am I doing a skill or a spell? And from that percentage chance roll, then it has the list that it goes through. So sometimes he rolls his first turn is going to be a spell, which with vanilla script is always nuke. So you get turn 1 nuke. Sometimes it's roll melee, so you just get slapped by the undead punk. Sometimes it's skill, which I don't even know what his skill list is, but you get the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you
I
for
don't
running
hold you
for
guys
us.
up
Do you have?
too much.
I
All
was
I'll
going to ask
say,
if you had any final thoughts or anything you wanted to mention.
yeah, I've already held you up by 10 minutes, so I'll get out of here. But I want to say that this is a fine seed. The first 30 minutes should only have taken 10 minutes, and that was the main problem. But
Mhm.
Hindsight, merciless.
Yeah.
Usually my strategy in these flags is to get some boxes, get some experience out of boxes, take a couple of fights to get up to like level 5 or 10, and then things are easier. But I could not make that happen this time, so hard for me to get going. Once I got going, it was smooth sailing.
Yeah, it seems like there's that initial hump, right? To get over and then kind of move forward. Thank you for running for us, and thank you to our audience for watching. Thank you to all of our runners, all 11 of them, for running with us today. And we will see everybody Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern for the next qualifier. So thank you, everybody, and good night.